It sounds angry. Go boy. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. And this is a good one. So the Mk2 is getting an exhaust upgrade. So previously I mentioned that the car's got a 57 to 63 mil exhaust system. So that's the exhaust I had on it when it was a 16 valve and it was fine. Initially we thought that it's okay, the car's making decent power. But yeah, after some thinking and just looking at the way it makes power and the way it sounds, we realized that the 57 is probably a hindrance and it's muffling the sound and the power. So I'm on my way to take the car to the workshop now. It is a Monday afternoon. We did some tests about 2 weeks ago. So Jameel was dyno tuning the car, just checking timing, and he decided, hey, let's pull the exhaust off and see what it does. So I'm going to insert that footage now. So the Mk2 is back on the dyno. It's more just for a map revision. There was a little bit of knock on pump fuel. So Jameel threw in eth, and then I raced, and then I had more eth in it. So now we're back on pump. I'll check what the eth content is. It should be either 0 or like less than 5%. So you just want to make sure that there's no knock, and so that when I go racing again, it's all good. So I feel quite bad because I assumed that I was bringing the car back to Jameel with very little ethanol content in it, and it's at 17.5%, which is still quite a lot. Yeah, so at some point that needs to come back for another slight revision for like 0%. But it's making more power than it did when it had 20% F. I think it only made 226. So I'm not sure where he's finding the extra powers now. Just doing a quick test at 1 bar boost and a little more timing. That's very interesting. So the guys are just messing around with timing versus boost. So they're saying that throwing a lot of boost at it isn't really helping. Even at 1 bar, making almost 200 kilowatts, and I think previously it was at 1.6, 1.7 bar. So this is still at 1.1 bar. A little more timing. I think it's at 21 degrees at the moment, and Jameel's playing around with fueling. I mean, that's not bad for just over 1 bar. I think we've come to the conclusion that the turbo is just not all that it's cut out to be. Planning on a turbo change at some point. Just something that's a little more efficient and will basically more power, less boost. So we're just gonna have a quick check to see if the exhaust is the restriction on the car, because that's what I'm planning to do next, is the exhaust mod. So we're just gonna disconnect the exhaust from the downpipe and see if it makes more power. That sounds angry. Oi! Oh, this is gonna be loud. the exhaust off, it was insanely loud. So unfortunately it didn't make any more power because the ECU couldn't compensate for that sort of changes, but we could definitely tell that the boost was better. Like, it was able to handle the boost request and hold it much better than it did with the exhaust on it. So yeah, I'm really hoping for, I'm not even hoping for like a lot of power, I'm just hoping for some more efficiency. I think that's the key here, just to try and get more efficient. So yeah, let's see what it does. And if you guys can see that, so that's my current fuel situation. So I spent quite a bit of yesterday just driving the fuel out because the car still has ethanol in it, and it was about 17%. So I drove out, yeah, I drove quite a bit, basically racing everything that moves, and I hope that there's not much in it. So when Jameel tunes the car with the upgraded exhaust, I want it to be pure pump, so that it's like the new baseline. So yeah, I'm hoping I drove most of the fuel out. I put a lot of effort to do that. So guys, I'm just gonna do a before and after. So that's what it currently sounds like, and hopefully with the upgraded exhaust it's gonna sound a bit better, less muffled. I'm back at the workshop. Jameel's throwing fuel in. Like I mentioned earlier, like I ran this car down low, so just putting in fuel, and hopefully the eth content is fairly low. So Jameel made quite a few changes on the car today. One of the changes being, well, the rear bumper's on. So flip, the amount of people that send me messages about this rear bumper, I hope you're happy. So there's the battery bracket on the car was 8mm, and the guys at Ayanami told me it needed to be 10mm, so that's a MSA regulation. And then there was the oil filter, the actual filter itself needed to be secured. So Jameel made a plan with that, so that is now secure. The only thing left to do is the breather system. But I won't be racing too soon with the current COVID regulations and things, so it is what it is for now. But yeah, flip man, there's progress. Really excited to see if the car's gonna make some more power with the exhaust. So filter's been removed just for testing purposes, and the PCV has the filter on it again. So the current pipe that I've got is a restriction, so just for dyno things, put that filter back on. So this is where we are currently at. So the first run it made 211, 318, and now it's making 207, 331. So the torque is up, power is down. But yeah, this is still like baseline. We'll see how we get on. So we just checked the eth content. It is 2%. So I did well. I drove out most of the fuel, put in about 20 liters now. So that 2% won't really do much to it. So this would be the new baseline. So we've given the car some time to cool off, spoke about where we're at with the turbo and the boost. So currently the boost is 1.4 bar. So the car was pinging. Even when it was making more power, it was pinging. So Jameel's been using the Nokias just to turn it down and make sure that it's safe. So it won't be making as much power, but at least it'll be safer. And the exhaust didn't make any difference, by the way. So the bumpers come off again. It's actually going to get repaired. So this is the reason why I didn't have it on the car, because of this bloody gaping hole. So we're going to have that plastic welded and then have it painted, and it'll go back into the car. So there's hope. Jameel's doing a quick pull for the guys. I just asked Jameel to turn off boost by gear, because like at the current power level doesn't really need it. It's just a lot more fun driving in the car with it off. I won't lie, I'm really bummed that we didn't make more power, but I would rather have the car safe with no pinging and any issues, so I can just breathe on it all the time. But yeah, it is a bummer. So Andrew's car's boosted now. He turbocharged the Jazz. I didn't think he would, but yeah, I'm very, very impressed. Go, boy. Boost by gear off is really nice, very nice. What an evening. So I know I've rambled a lot in this video because it's been over like quite a few days, weeks. Yeah, so it is what it is. The car makes less power now, but it's safe. It is at 1.4 bar boost and it's not pinging. So Jameel was using Nokias. I don't know if it's called Nokias, but it's basically just using headphones and checking the knock on the engine, and at that cannon power level it's not pinging at all. So we are happy with that. I drove it. It feels okay. It's just, you know, we try not to get caught up in the numbers, but we do, you know, we do get caught up with the numbers. So yeah, the next step is to do the brakes, and water meth. So then we'll get some more power out of it. But yeah, the power it's making now is fine. I am happy with that. So because of current lockdown restrictions, my upload schedule might be thrown out of whack. I can't do as much. Yeah, it's not ideal. So if you have watched this far into the video, you might care a bit about how often I upload. I don't think I can do every week. I might have to do like every 2 weeks until things like settle down again and get a bit better. I can start racing again, and but I'll try my best to just keep the uploads coming as often as I can. The next video is going to be the wagon test fitting some wheels, so it's not super exciting, but I'm quite excited about it. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.